got to think about that. Better make sure.
Welcome to Good Neighbors, and we thank you for tuning in on today. And we have a special guest. You know, I call all of my guests special. We have a special guest who is very familiar with nature. I'll put it like that, and that's a blessing because a lot of individuals need to learn, and she is in the appropriate position to teach so the individuals can learn at all levels. And she's been before the program trying to help me learn, and we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there. But also, I'm excited because she is I think she said a military brat. So I'm excited about that as well. But definitely excited about her work, her love, and of course the passion she has for what she does. And I'm talking to Mrs. Mary Elizabeth Pearson. Correct?
Pierce.
Pierce? Mary Elizabeth Pierce. And she is with the Whispers of Hope Horse Forum. And we thank you for being here on the program, madam.
It's
And
very nice to meet you, Sam, and I'm glad that you could let us come aboard. It's
you're
very
welcome.
exciting.
You are welcome. Well, I know we've been trying to hook up for a little while, and
Yes.
thank God He has ordained this time. So, the title kind of gives everybody the total essence of what you do. But I want you from you to tell us what you do and how you got involved in the farm.
Well, Whispers of Hope Horse Farm is a therapeutic riding facility for mentally and physically challenged children. We provide our services free of charge to all children. We are an all volunteer staff. There are no
No pay.
paid.
Everyone comes in and
Everyone is a volunteer.
that is a blessing.
From the very high to the very low, you know.
Wow.
As a founder and executive director, which I am, I'm also the one picking up poop and scooping it just like the rest of them. So that's part of it, what we do. It's a shared love, I think. We're going into our 12th year. We're very excited about the opportunity we've had to grow. We started out with 6 horses donated to us, with 15 children and about 20 volunteers. And then we have now grown into 273 children in our program.
Wow.
We have about 30 wounded soldiers in our program every Friday.
So this is expanded because I know I've been familiar with just the children riding, and we'll talk about that in the various area that it specifically
Good.
pertain to. But now wounded soldiers you're dealing with as well.
It is something that's really touched our hearts, and we started it actually in 2011, and it has grown over the years, and we are so blessed to watch and give back to those soldiers that do so much for us. And when they are in need, for them to come out and love on a horse, pet on them, touch them, and they can tell them anything they want, nice, bad, whatever. And you know, they never tell a soul.
Wow.
They just nod and say, you know,
Okay.
listen carefully, and that's a wonderful thing. They need to be able to get that out. Same thing happens with children.
To express
And,
themselves?
To express themselves.
okay.
Challenged children, such as autistic children, that squeal or cry or do whatever, and then the horse doesn't care. So they do it, and then it makes them calm because the meaning of the horse is very calming effect.
Okay.
And so an autistic child that's up there and moving around and all, and then all of a sudden the horse is just walking and
So the child relates to what the animal is
do.
doing, the horse is doing, and it falls in line, and that's a good way of showing a balance.
it is, because the horse's gait, which we call it, is 4 legs and our 2, but it is the same rhythm.
Okay.
So, like if you had a child with spina bifida that's in a wheelchair or in crutches and learning balance, or any number of diagnoses, you can put a child there with time and energy. The horse's movement helps them learn
Wow.
to balance, helps them learn the movement of walking, because some of them can't communicate with you. You can't
Okay.
say put your left foot forward or your right foot, but the natural ability of the horse makes them understand it just by feeling. So we have been able to help others learn to walk and talk and do different things that they wouldn't necessarily have all the access to do.
So what man can't do, here's animals. God uses animals to help relate and get a foundation, get a balance, as well as progress in life.
Well, God provided us those horses, and He provided us the opportunity to use them. And so without Him, He is our main guide. And so if we are listening to what He has to say, He will always provide everything that we need.
Yes, ma'am. Because I heard when you said the horses that you received at the beginning were totally donated.
Yes.
that's God.
Absolutely. And God is a great thing in our program. He is the leader. We truly believe that that is why we do what we do.
Yes, ma'am.
And without his presence, nothing goes right.
Yes, ma'am.
So,
Now, where did the name come from? I mean, we know horse farm, but
Whispers of Hope
okay.
came from God.
Okay.
It's a quick story. Pretty long, but I'm going to try to shorten it.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
years ago, I worked as an HR manager and worked out in the corporate world and was working 24/7 and not really having family time. And I decided to take a little time off for myself. And God gave me an opportunity to go to a mission work. And so I went to there and I met someone that at a horse farm, and they were doing therapy for mental challenged adults. And I was just so overwhelmed with what they were doing and all. So I came back to Wichita Falls and was really excited about it because I've been riding for 52 years.
So that God just knew what
Horses
you loved
have been
and
my
put it
life.
right there in
Yes.
your lap.
And so I've been riding, but I barrel race a different brand of horse than what I use for my therapy. So we
Okay.
kind of did some changing up. But he provided the right horses for us. And I went to Bridgeport, Texas, and had some individuals hear our story and listen, and just came up and said, "Hey, I got a great horse for you, got hay for you,
Wow.
got oats for you," and they really helped start that program. And when they asked me about what we were doing, I said, "Well, it's Whispers of Hope Horse Farm." So that was
Look at
it. God
God.
said that's what
Oh,
we're going
my
to do,
God.
and that's it. And we never thought anything else about it. And so since day one, that's what it is.
He
And
just
so
whispered into you
he said
to do and give hope
it's-
to others. And periodically through the program, we'll see the various pictures concerning the actual things that the organization does and does with the children. Now, you've mentioned quite a bit, or I won't say quite a bit, but a couple of times therapeutic riding. And we kind of talked about it a little bit, but give us a more explanation concerning therapeutic riding.
Well, therapeutic riding is what we talked a little bit about with the rhythm.
Okay.
The rhythm of the horse, because therapeutic is anything that's good for your body, good for your soul, good for your mind,
Okay.
to help you do a better job. And so with therapeutic riding, which is what we do with the horse, we just don't throw a child on a horse and say, go, you know. There are many children, we have wheelchair children that sometimes will have a horse handler, 2 or 3 walkers on each side. Sometimes they even may be on the horse with them until they get accustomed and walk with them. There are a
Okay.
lot of different, this is not just throw them on a horse. You can have anywhere from 1 to 5 people with them at a given time. And that's what you'll see in pictures later on, where you'll see where we show the story of how one young man went from one end to the other.
So it's various levels: the therapy, the education, the sport, and then the recreation and leisure.
Absolutely. And we have grown over that for teamwork efforts to bring children. A lot of our volunteers are aged 10 through 17, which is a major no-no in a lot of places. But to us, we feel that's what God gave us an opportunity to do.
Yeah.
It makes us a twofold program. We're not only helping challenged children, we're giving a place for young men and women to come, ages 10 through 17, to learn about horses, learn about children, learn about giving. God gives to us, and us giving of ourselves, because when you give, you get so much back
Yes,
when you
ma'am.
receive.
Yes, ma'am.
So they're giving to these challenged children, but they're getting so much back in return.
Well, I think today our youth need to know about compassion,
Absolutely.
because some of the adults have become so hard and harsh.
Absolutely.
And it's like, okay, we have to have a balance in life, and we have to have an understanding of people in all types, in all walks of life. So I think this is awesome how you invite the children, because sometimes it would be no, because they may not know how to handle the people, the individuals, and then the parents would be uncomfortable. But I see, and of course through the various pictures, and you being in this establishment for how long?
This is our 12th year to do Whispers of Hope.
So obviously there's not just a positive result, but you've shown a maturing result. I'll say it like that.
I agree. I will tell you that the kids will tell you I'm meaner than dirt.
Well, you have to
God
have
is
order.
that way.
You
but
have
at
to
the
have
same
order.
time, they will tell you that they never leave without being told that they're loved.
Yes, ma'am.
That we are thankful that they're there, and I appreciate what they do. But they have to toe the line because safety is primary.
Yes.
I have to not only take care of the challenged children, but the horses and the junior volunteers and our property and those that are coming to visit. So it's very structured in that area. And we try to maintain a good, safe environment for all.
And that's a blessing because a lot of people don't like structure and order, but it has to be done for everything to work together. And for you, I'm gonna go back to your I don't want to say your story, your testimony of how you came into this and how you found it. You were in the right position at the right time, and you obeyed God.
That's the main
You
thing.
obeyed because you could have said, "Well, I got to continue working because," but you took time aside to hear what He had to say, and look how your life has blessed so many people. Not just the I would say not just the people, but maybe even the animals. And when I say the animal, maybe even the horses.
We have 28 horses now to take care of, so
Wow.
yes, I would say so.
That is a blessing, and that's awesome.
But without God, I couldn't do it. But I'll be honest, without my husband, I would not be able to do what
Yes,
I do.
ma'am. Have to give
He
honor
has
to whom
got
honor is
to.
due. Yes,
He
ma'am.
supports me and helps me in so many different ways, even though that's not his thing to be out horses. He'd rather be an inside, but he is great to get out in that weather when I really need him, and
Oh,
he is
that is so
always
sweet.
there
That is
to
so
support
sweet.
me in what we do.
Now,
So.
and you supported him, and you said he was military for.
My husband is 25 years military career, retired chief, but my husband is also a minister. So
Oh, okay. So he knows, yeah.
Yes.
We have to obey God.
obey
And I
that
may
God,
not
yes.
want to be out here with the animal. So I don't even know him, and I understand him real
Oh,
good.
let's see, chief. We work well together as a team.
Amen. That's a
Yeah,
blessing.
so-
And reason why I say I know him a little well because, and I don't even know him, but I was talking before how the animals are so big, and I haven't been around. I just kind of. And she was trying to calm me down and let me know that all is well, and I just need to get out there. But I
Just touch and you will know. You will. You
Yes,
will know.
ma'am.
I promise.
Yes, ma'am.
You
I
just
hear
give
you.
that horse a little time to just feel him.
Yes,
He
ma'am.
can put the greatest of ease at anyone. When an autistic child or someone of that just comes so can't even do it, and they touch the horse and just smile at you forever, that is the greatest joy for a parent or for us. And a child that's never spoke by the time they're 12, and all of a sudden after riding for a year and all, and then they get out, we repeat, but we don't repeat, but
Yes,
you
ma'am.
consistency with it, and you tell the horse go and all, and he gets on it and tells his horse to go, and that's the first words out of his mouth. Who cares unless he spoke?
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
later on it's mom, dad, or let's
Yeah,
eat.
yeah.
So
You start hearing things you really don't want to
there you
hear.
go. But it's a joyful time. So that's why, and I don't know about the pictures, but some of the pictures we have over here is that Whispers is a hope for the future.
Yes, ma'am.
We have a lot of children in a lot of different areas, and a lot more being diagnosed with different things that we didn't ever think about before.
Yes.
So the more that we can work with them at an early age, the sooner that we have the opportunity to do more for them. And it's not just us. It's a mutual. You have doctors and rehabs and different, we all come together
Yeah,
to make
and
a
that-
plan.
that's
It's
what I was
not
gonna
just to
say.
say we're going to take all the credit, because that's not it.
Yeah.
It's God's way of putting all of us together.
And everyone learns differently. In school, some are test takers; they can write, and then some they prefer a verbal test. And
Yes.
of course, we have certain standards where we have to adapt to what is going on. So it's a blessing to have this as not just an alternative, but another option of being able to help. Because some parents may get so frustrated with the way things are going concerning medically, what they have to do, what they've been told by